Welcome to the Explainer. So the Civil War has ended, and the March sisters, well, they're not girls anymore. Today, we're diving into what happened next in their story, and it's a tale of brand new beginnings, some really heartbreaking choices, and a family bond that's about to be tested like never before.
This question, it really opens up a whole new world for the March family. With the war finally behind them, each sister is kind of standing at a crossroads. They're all about to set off on journeys that will lead to love, to loss, and to a much deeper understanding of who they were always meant to be.
All right, so the war's over, and their father, Mr. March, is finally back home. A brand new chapter was starting for the family. But, just because there's peace, it doesn't mean life just stands still.
You can just feel this new energy buzzing around the family home. The sisters aren't kids playing at being grown-ups anymore. No, they are young women, and they are right on the verge of defining their own futures.
A kind of new normal starts to settle in for the March household. With their dad home and their good friend Lori graduating from college, there's this real sense of peace. But even in all that stability, you can feel a shift happening. While her older sisters are starting to look out at the wider world, Beth stays home, becoming this quiet anchor for the family. And that little detail, it becomes incredibly important later on.
So with that foundation at home, feeling really secure, the three older sisters, they don't just sit around and wait for life to happen to them. They get out there and start forging new paths for themselves. And they are all very, very different.
First up is Meg, the eldest. She chooses a more domestic life, but she does it with so much passion. She marries for love, starts a family, with twins, no less, and she finds this deep, profound joy in the everyday work of being a wife and a mom. It's made really clear that even though they didn't have much money, her life was rich in a way that money just can't buy.
Amy's path, on the other hand, takes a completely different turn. She steps into a world of art, culture, and high society. Her trip to Europe is an absolute dream come true for her, and she just embraces this life of new experiences, sharing everything in long letters she sends back home to her family.
And then, of course, there's Jo. Always the independent spirit, right? She goes looking for her own adventure and her own purpose, and she finds it in the crazy, bustling energy of New York City. She carves out a life for herself there, working and writing, proving that she can absolutely make it on her own terms.
But, while the sisters were out exploring their new lives, a really difficult truth was quietly unfolding back at home, and it's one that would soon bring Jo rushing right back.
Jo's homecoming is really defined by this one shocking moment. The answer to this question marks a pretty somber turning point in the whole story, and the mood shifts from all that hopeful adventure to just deep, deep concern.
So just imagine it. Jo's coming home from this vibrant world she built for herself in New York, and she's just hit by this devastating sight. There wasn't a slow realization, no gradual dawning of the truth. She knew, instantly, the second she saw her, that her beloved sister was seriously ill again.
And this is Jo's first instinct. It's not just sorrow, it's a need to do something, to help, to fix it. Her love for Beth is so fierce and so protective, and her first reaction is wanting to just take on that whole burden herself. Jo doesn't just help a little bit, she completely dedicates herself to taking care of Beth. The source actually uses the word proud. She found a real sense of purpose and pride in being the one to nurse her sister. And Beth, she actually felt stronger just by having Jo there with her.
During this really intense, difficult, and intimate time, a discovery is made that just perfectly captures the deep, unspoken bond between these two sisters.
See, Beth finds this poem called My Beth that Jo had written. But here's the thing, it was never meant to be found. It was Jo's private expression of her incredible love and admiration for her sister. For Jo, her quiet, kind sister Beth was like her moral compass, and this poem was her tribute to that. For Beth, reading those words was just everything. It was the confirmation of a love that she always felt deep down, but now she could see it written out in Jo's own beautiful, powerful words. It was this moment of just perfect understanding between them.
So, in this conversation, it becomes about more than just their love for each other. It becomes about legacy. In this really quiet moment, Jo makes a very solemn promise. She eases Beth's mind by accepting the responsibility of caring for their parents in her place.
This chapter of their lives, even though it's defined by so much sorrow, ultimately reveals the family's greatest and most enduring strength.
Beth's end comes peacefully that summer, surrounded by the family that just adored her. Their grief was, of course, immense, but it was also mixed with this sense of peace, knowing she was safe.
and they made a powerful commitment to honor her memory by living gratefully.
This really brings us to the core takeaway from this whole chapter. After all the individual journeys, the successes, and the tragedy, what is the central message here? What does it all mean?
This is it. This is the heart of the story. Love and family are more important than money. Think about it. Amy had her high society life in Europe. Jo had her hard-won independence. Meg had her humble family home. But in the end, the one thing that truly mattered, the foundation that held them all up through everything, was their bond with each other.
So, yeah, the March family was forever changed by their loss. But their foundation of love didn't just help them survive the tragedy, it became the very reason they could keep going, grateful for the life they had all shared. Their story is just this powerful reminder that while our dreams might change and money might come and go, the one thing that truly lasts is the family you hold close.